court, Dragic has already said this is his last hurrah with the national team.
This is what Goran Dragic said 5 years ago when he and Luka Doncic led Slovenia, a small country with a population of only 2 million, to the European Championship gold medal. A couple of months ago, he changed his mind and this dynamic duo is ready to run it back again. My name is Augustas and in this video we will look at how an 18-year-old Luka and Dragic in his prime crushed the EuroBasket 2017.
Pulls back again, puts up a three, good! Again with Porzingis!
Before the tournament, nobody really saw Slovenia as one of the main favorites. They breezed through the group stage, earning 5 victories in a row, with the last one being a comfortable 17-point win against France, who are always considered a top team. This was their first statement victory. In the round of 16, Luka, Dragic and company didn't have any problems against Ukraine. The stage was set for an intriguing matchup against Kristaps Porzingis and Latvia. And boy, did the game live up to its hype. Fast-paced, crazy shots, high scoring. It was immediately dubbed as the game of the tournament, with Porzingis dropping 34, while Dragic and Luka scored 26 and 27 respectively. Slovenia won 100-97, and the hype was taking over. Against Latvia, it was a wild roller coaster ride. Slovenians started hot right off the gate, with Dragic and Luka creating advantage by rejecting the screens. Look at this sequence with the ball touching all 5 players' hands before finding its way back to Goran, who knocks down a step back. They also demonstrated excellence against the hedge defense, patiently keeping the ball until the help defense could no longer stay inside the paint, and then delivering passes there. In this tournament, Dragic was undeniably in his prime. No one could keep up with his first step. He rejected hundreds of screens successfully. His three-pointer shooting was solid as he was at 39% behind the line. Luck was on his side as well. But if I had to point out one skill that let Dragic dominate, it was his 2-foot stops in the paint. Look at these 2 examples. Not in a rush to shoot the ball, he creates 2 perfect situations for others, simply because Latvian defenders collapsed to the paint, leaving others open. Slovenia even had a 15-point lead at the 9th minute mark, but Kristaps Porzingis made sure this game went down to the wire. He did pretty much everything: face-up, no-dribble jumpers in the post, coast-to-coast transition baskets. Latvian by far was the tallest man on court and simply could rise over anybody for a jump shot. Suddenly, this Baltic country had a 4-point lead heading into the half. During the tournament, another thing became associated with this Slovenian team: transition baskets. We will see more examples later, but in the third quarter of this game, it was 2 fast break buckets that helped them regain the lead. This pass from Dragic to Doncic was simply magnificent.
And the other end, nice behind the back pass, Doncic, and looky here, folks, an 11-0 run.
Luka then added a free after Bertans digged way too much on Widmer's post-up. Dragic once again beat his opponent on the first step and created a great shot for Randolph, who made 3 of those that day, and Slovenia were up again by 13. You guessed it right, it didn't last long. Porzingis got fouled on this drive to the rim. Igor Kokoshkov complained and got a technical, allowing Latvia 3 freebies from the line. A difficult Davis Bertans free literally in the face of Edo Muric then got Latvia back in the game yet again. Porzingis played with 4 fouls, and an 18-year-old Luka Doncic had enough intelligence to target him defensively in the most important moments of this game. First, he gets off the layup near the rim, then dances with Porzingis on perimeter before putting up his now iconic step-back 3. In between those 2, he randomly hits a rainbow 3-point shot from almost half court, setting Istanbul Arena into complete frenzy.
Oh! Wow! He looks up at the crowd with a huge smile.
Latvia is done, right? Not so fast, guys. Porzingis throws down an emphatic slam after a great backdoor cut, nails one from the top of the area, and the fate of this fantastic game is still up for grabs. However, 2 is better than 1. With Latvia badly needing a stop with 35 seconds remaining, Goran Dragic seals the deal with a left-to-right explosion against Davis Bertans, and Slovenia is through to the semi-finals. There, they had an appointment with Spain and the Gasol brothers. Lifted by the confidence after a dramatic win, Slovenians started the game right where they left off, making 4 3-pointers in the first 7 minutes and 10 in the first half. By now, probably 90% of the fans know that passive pick-and-roll coverage is the one Luka eats for breakfast. Unfortunately, Sergio Scariolo didn't have much of a choice with both Gasols in the lineup. Seeing the court from 2 meters height allows Luka to scan the help defenses carefully, even when he is driving into the paint, and set up teammates for easy baskets one after the other. He had only 11 points against Spain, but barely missed out on a triple-double with 12 rebounds and 8 assists. Another incredible stat of his was the assist-to-turnover ratio, and keep in mind he was 18 at the EuroBasket. In 9 games, he had 32 assists and only 12 turnovers. Spain managed to keep the semifinal alive up until halftime. Sergio Rodriguez did his part, even the young Bo Cruz scored a couple. However, their two main threats, Pau and Marc Gasol, had a tough time in the post. Slovenia had to double because of the size and skill disadvantage, and they chose to do it after the first dribble. They knew which players they could risk leaving open, and the plan worked perfectly. Not only did it take the ball out of Spain's best players' hands, but it also opened up opportunities to attack in fast breaks. The final blow belonged to the boy wonder Luka Doncic, and he decided to do it in the third quarter already. It was the same drop defense that cost Spain the game. From this angle, we can see the entire view. Doncic gets in the paint, sees Pau helping from the corner, and throws a bullet pass there. San Emeterio runs all the way to close out, but it's simply too hard to cover that much distance. To make it plus 15 and call it a game, he snakes the pick and roll going around the screen, forcing Spain to switch, waits until Dimets establishes position inside, and delivers yet another assist.
To Dimets, and he's fouled, and they're going to count it. And it's getting worse before it gets better for Spain.
The intelligence this kid had at 18 years old. I still can't get over the fact that he wasn't a #1 pick a year after doing all that. And then there was one last step remaining to conquer the European crown: Bogdan Bogdanovic and Serbia. A team of tall, physical, and dirty players led by their scoring machine had only lost one game until the final. Seeing what Dragic and Doncic did against drop defenses, they decided to mix it up a little and play ice pick-and-roll coverage, not allowing the duo to drive middle on the pick-and-rolls. But great players are great because they don't allow the defenses to manipulate them. On one of the first pick-and-rolls of the game, Dragic rejects the screen one more time, which would have forced him to go right into a crowd of people. Instead, he goes left and gets his first of many buckets of the night. Slovenia weren't only Dragic and Doncic. Every game they had someone to step up and play a vital role in their success. In the final, it was Klemen Prepelic. Guard had 21 points, making up for Luka, who played only 22 minutes that night. We'll get to it later, but Prepelic was the one to ignite the second quarter run, where Slovenia scored 36 points in only 10 minutes. Part of that was these crazy out-of-the-blue three-pointers even from way behind the line. However, the night still belonged to Goran Dragic. There wasn't much difference for him who was standing in front. Here he beats Vladimir Lucic one-on-one, pushing a much taller and stronger forward away from the basket and away from blocking his shot. In the next possession, the Serbians somehow forget the hottest man on the court, letting him receive the ball easily and catch and shoot from deep. After a good defensive sequence, everyone in the Istanbul arena knows who is going to shoot again. But Milosavljevic, who barely played in the finals, strangely decides to cut under the screen, giving the needed separation for Goran, who feels like he is throwing rocks in the ocean. For the icing on the cake, Slovenia decide to run Spain pick and roll with Dragic setting the back screen, with hopes of getting the advantage there. It doesn't happen, but the point guard cooks Guduric in an ISO situation and finishes an incredible half with 26 points and an 11-point lead for his nation.
It's just taken over. 26 points in the first half.
You didn't believe Serbians were not going to fight back, did you? Bogdanovic finally got rolling, knocking down mid-ranges, getting to the rim on pick and rolls. And when Luka Doncic went down with an ankle sprain, there was a moment where Serbia had regained the momentum of the final. With Dragic resting, this is how free Slovenia's possessions in attack looked like. 2 airballs and a shot clock violation. These are all amazing role players, but they were simply overwhelmed with the size of the task at the moment. Serbians cut down the lead quickly and it all came down to the wire. Luka was done. Fatigue and pain was winning over Dragic, yet the same Slovenia's role players, whom we just saw airball 2 threes in a row, were taking over. Luka and Dragic did not even play in the last 4 minutes of the final. First, Prepelic hit a mid-range fadeaway after pushing off Kuzmic. Then, they dodged a bullet with Machuan missing a wide-open free on an out-of-bounds play. Prepelic tries again, misses, but the hustle and grind for every loose ball that they showed throughout the tournament allowed Slovenia a second chance, which Randolph converted to 2 points. Bogdanovic later tries cutting the lead attacking on pick and roll, but gets blocked by another unsung hero, Gasper Widmer. On offense, Slovenia run the same step-up pick-and-roll from Chin series, and Prepelic gets fouled on a similar shot attempt that he hit before, with Lucic barely touching his fingertips. He makes 2, Bogdan's shot clanks off the rim, and the party is underway.
Slovenia are on top of the EuroBasket world, folks. They are now going to be the best team in European basketball for the first time in their history.
Now, 5 years later, these two are on the same mission once again. Only the roles have reversed. Batman became Robin, and Robin became Batman. Do you think they can do it again? Let's discuss Slovenia's chances in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.